Your armor, friend of mine. I have no heroes, but I got time. All your sorrow keeps you glued to your seat. Can we get you out of your head and into your feet? And it's not that the rest of us don't have the blues. It's just that some dance partners need a dance partner too. Is that you? Dance by yourself, make you dance. Somebody dance, somebody dance, somebody by yourself.
Hello, everybody. At least I love that you're doing this.
This is my main move on Zoom. Yeah, it's my main, like, the Zoom has begun, or like the live stream is here, like we're raising the roof.
We are here. Thank you all for being here. Live comedy is back, but fuck that. Here we are on the internet, which is still around and free. I don't know about the rest of you. I've been going to a few live comedy shows recently, and they all just start with the exact same, like, can you believe we're here, people? And I'm like, yes, tell me a joke. For everyone out there who's never tuned in before or just does not remember what this is Fix Your Life, where comedians answer advice questions. This evening, you might notice I am in a new place. I am at my producer's apartment. He is over there on the couch producing. Jonathan Van Halem is going to be joining us on the stream in like 45 minutes. So if you're here for him, just sit tight. But right now, I have Elise Morales. Elise,
but
do you want
stick
to
around for me.
Come for her. Stay for Jonathan, but come for her.
Yeah, I'm fun. I promise.
Elise, how you doing? Is there any part of your life that I can fix right now for you?
You know,
or someone else's life, if you just want to get my 2 cents.
Here's my question. My fiance was on a show tonight.
Okay, brag.
Live comedy. No one showed up. It was canceled. So brag. So brag
Spoke too soon on the brag.
Brag took a hard right turn. So.
What is the opposite of a brag? A garb. Okay.
So he's trying to figure out, because I had this wonderful show at the same time as his show. We were going to meet up after we were going to get a drink in our neighborhood.
Great.
He's trying to figure out if he should come back here or if he should wander until it's time for us to meet up.
What part of town is he in right now?
So I think that we're in Bed-Stuy, and I think that he's in like Crown Heights. Okay. But I actually don't, you know what? I think I fully made that up also. I don't know where he is.
I would say if he can get here in the next 40 minutes, he should, so that we can shame him live on the stream. But also maybe let him do a couple of his jokes just so that he can, like, he's all keyed up for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, he would absolutely respond very poorly to that.
You're like, please don't joke shame the love of my life. What the fuck are you talking about?
He would truly be like, well, this is hell.
Great. Okay, cool.
But yeah, because sometimes it's that thing of like, do I wander and kill time, or do I go back and just turn right back around and leave yet again?
I say wander because it is a nice out.
That's what I always think.
I think the defining factor is you don't want to wander in the heat and you don't want to wander in the rain, but it is nice out. So I say give it a wander. Listen to some music.
Right.
I like to, not even a podcast, like nothing that needs that analytical part of my brain, just the emotional part, just like get good music and like just take a 10-minute walk.
Olivia Rodrigo's Sour is only 34 minutes long.
She had that at the drop of a hat, she knew how long Sour was.
I've listened to it a decent number of times, and it's a great album, but it is only 34 minutes long.
It's her first album.
I know. She's wonderful, and I'm wishing her all the best, and I just can't wait to see what she does next.
Coming up. Sweet.
Wow. I mean, honestly, she might, is the thing.
She might.
Bitter is another one she could put out. Tangy.
Tangy would scare me.
Tangy.
Spicy. Right. Okay. So if you out there have a question, if you want your life fixed the way I just fixed Elise's, go ahead and right there. Yes, there. It's in yellow. You can anonymously submit a question. You can also just throw a question in the chat on the Twitch, and you can also tip us / the theater that lets us do this. So those are the things. Elise, before we get to the serious questions,
of course,
I wanted to ask you just a fun made up one.
Okay.
Speaking of tips.
Great.
How much do you tip at a restaurant if the food and service are both bad, but you kept the table for a while?
Oh, I just always tip between 20 and 25% because I'm scared, and you can't not. I do
fair.
Wonder what I mean, I guess if they insulted me personally, I would be like, well.
How bad would a server have to be to get less than 20% from you?
I think they would have to say some shit to me. I think they would really have to be actually specifically fucked up to me.
Interesting. I was at
in a way where I'm like, okay, well, you knew that I wasn't gonna. You were sacrificing the tip to say this to me.
Sure.
You know?
I'm similar. Just for ease of math, I just do 20% and then I round up.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I love when the thing says on when the receipt, that's the word. When the receipt actually says, I love 15, that.
18, 20. Nice. But I was out recently, I got dinner with a friend and I had my first in a while, I think she was just high, but the waitress was bad. Where I was you are bad at this. And I know it's a hard job, but she was not good. And she was
I've been served before and I know what the standard
is supposed to go and it's not going like that. And my friend asked what beers they had, and she listed the beers, and she was like, "Oh, do you have any she's golden something something?" And the waitress was like, "No, nothing cute like that." I was just
see, that I would have liked
about beer. Who cares?
See, I would not like that, but I don't think it goes far enough. No. She would have to be fuck you. I'd be okay, no, I'm not. Don't have
that, you stupid.
Okay, I'm doing 18%, I guess. Now you've really lost it.
Now you've lost this $2 in your neck.
Exactly.
All right, so we agree. Tip your waiters and tip your comedy theaters. Let's get to some of these questions. Do you want a family question or a relationships question?
Ooh, let's do family. I love family drama. I don't know that this is necessarily drama.
Do you have a lot of family drama?
No, but some adjacent members, not my immediate family, thankfully, but I love adjacent family drama. I love other people's family drama. I love watching families on TV have drama.
Are you thinking more Kardashians or Parenthood?
More Kardashians is what I was thinking, but yeah, I love, but also Succession,
Succession's so good. Have you watched The Righteous Gemstones?
No, but I've heard it's really good.
So good.
Yeah, Tim Faltz is in that, and he's really funny.
He's great in it. They're all good. All right, enough about that. Okay. Here's Max Bialystok. This is, I'm assuming, a pseudonym because that's one of the names of the characters.
That's the producers. Okay.
Asks, hey Lizzie, I love my parents, but sometimes when I think about the period of my life when they won't be around anymore, I feel a little serenity. They've done so much for me. I should feel grateful, but my dad's a needling control freak and my mother's a magical person, and this is magical, M-A-G-I-C-K-A-L, person who won't stop relating everything that happens with Mercury retrograde or the position of the stars or gods or whatever. Am I an awful person for feeling this way? Please change me.
Oh, well, your feelings are valid. I think that if you do feel this way, it is because your parents have annoyed you greatly on many levels. I want to know more about the mom's magic.
She's relating things to the stars.
Because that's normal behavior these days, is to relate everything to the stars. But the fact that
the stars feels or gods or whatever, which to me is a whole other like if we're talking gods, multiple gods.
Yeah, this is definitely going way beyond like co-star astrology stuff. This is like, spells are being cast here. So
which I would be kind of down for. Like if my needling control freak dad does not sound good.
No, I don't.
Mom
like
sounds kind of fun.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not against the mom at this moment, though. I do think it would be probably pretty annoying to if you're trying to talk to someone about your student loan payment, and they're like, Saturn is high in the sky, and it's like, Mom, I need you to call my school. I feel like she's like, it's not an auspicious time, and it's like, okay, I have forms for you to sign,
right? Or where it's like, Mom, I'm trying to figure out our family medical history, who has diabetes, and it's like, well, you need to sage your apartment, and it's like, okay, but what about gluten?
Yeah, exactly. Or is diabetes real? And it's like, yes, Mom, I need to know, 100%.
I was hanging out with a guy recently who mentioned something where he was like, oh yeah, I can't get rid of books because I'm stubborn and a Capricorn. And I was like, okay, that's not real. And then later he was like, I have a sister. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. You seem like someone who has a sister. And he's like, well, how is that more real than me being a Capricorn? I'm like, well, because one of those lived in your house.
Yeah, because that is actually a thing that definitely influences you and your life.
I was like, your sister's a person who's living. The fact that you're a Capricorn is not.
Yeah, that's why, put astrology aside, get into birth order stuff. Because birth order you can really pretend is real. Birth order you can really get into.
Convince yourself of so much. All right.
Oh, and I have. Over the past 15 months, I've convinced myself an unbelievable number of things.
What is your birth situation?
Oh, oldest child, one younger sister, and she's very much little sister, and I'm very much big sister. What about you?
Only child. I have step siblings, but only.
And do you feel that you embody this? What only children are supposed to be?
Some of it. I think I get very, I'm good on my own. But I am not selfish. I think a big stereotype about only children is that we don't know how to share. But I actually am very into sharing because I'm yes, a person to hang out with me.
Someone's here. Someone's here. Look at myself.
I'm like, do you want half my sandwich? Do you want half my shit? Yes.
Well, did you watch Girls 5 Eva?
Yes.
Okay, the New York Lonely Boy song, I feel like is maybe a New York an only child song.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you can maybe relate to New York Lonely Boy more than
a little bit, yeah. We never did kid food at my house. Where it was they would never make a special meal just for me. Where it was oh, you only eat chicken nuggets and buttered noodles or whatever. When I hear about people being a picky eater, I'm like, no.
They're like, no, you're having a filet mignon with your family.
I'm making one meal.
Yeah. Well, that's a good rule. I don't want to make special food. Good God, I hope my kid isn't one of those kids that's like, I only eat corn.
Corn kids.
You know those corn kids? I can't.
Children of the corn. All right, so how do we fix this person who does seem a little bit awful for fantasizing about the serene period in their life after their parents die?
Honestly, I think that the best thing that this person can do is just accept that they have this slightly off-color feeling about their eccentric parents. Mm-hmm. And I bet, they're not the only person who feels that way.
Yeah, I would say, like, don't assume that all of here's I actually have some wisdom to drop.
Wow.
Don't assume that all of your problems with your parents will go away after they die.
Wow.
They actually get harder to solve after your parents die because you can't talk to them.
Yeah, that's such a good point.
Solve your shit with your parents now while they're alive so that after they die you can chill.
Yeah, make sure that you've said what you wanted to say.
Say your piece. Or make your peace.
Exactly. And take the time to, as long as she's not being harmful, take the time to appreciate your mom's weird magic and her spells.
Make sure she gets the vaccine. Don't let her.
Okay. Please make sure your mom gets the vaccine. Totally understand why it would be annoying to have a dedicated witch as a mom, but that's also very fun. And there will be a time when maybe there won't be a dedicated witch in your life.
Yes. There will be, when your parents do die, there might be things that you wish you'd said to them or said near them. So yeah.
Yeah.
Do it now. Figure it out now.
We did it. We fixed their life.
Fixed. All right. We have the relationships question, therapy, giant penis.
Giant penis.
Great. Mr. LES asks.
Okay. Mr. Lower East Side.
I guess. Or large
erect schlong.
That's what it is. I have a huge wang.
Okay.
It sounds silly, but it's really that big. Every girl wants a huge dick until my pants get unzipped and boom. It's actually so off-putting to look at. It's intimidating. It's scary. I love him and his work, but the women don't. This is such a good attitude this person has. What can even be done about that? My forefathers are cheering me on because, natural selection is on my side. What would you do?
Wow, I actually have so many thoughts about what Mr. Large Erect Schlong Lower East Side should do. Okay, I think that you maybe you should set a tone in your initial sexual encounters that maybe PIV is not what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. Because you do, a woman might need to warm up to what you are presenting. Mm-hmm. And I'll say, she probably is excited, but you're right that she's scared. But if you go into it and you're like, hey, tonight we can just fool around and you don't have to put all of this in there, you're showing a level of emotional intelligence that will signal to her that you probably know what to do with that thing and you're not just going to power slam her and harm her.
If you can have a large emotional penis as well as a large physical penis. Absolutely. You have to show her your enormous emotional penis first. Yes.
And then, who knows? That night she might, once you're fooling around, it might end up happening. Make sure that you have a lot of lubricant on hand in your home. You know what? If you want to buy a vibrator that you have in your home for your lady guests, we're going to need to be putting a condom on that. We're going to need to be cleaning that. But all of these things will signal to your partner that you know what's up and that like, she doesn't need to be scared of your giant penis because you are going to let her take that giant penis when it's time.
Yes, this is a you problem. It's not going to become a her problem.
Exactly. And that you understand that you have a giant
10
penis.
perfectly good vibrators right here.
Yeah.
If she just wants a little something up there, God provided.
Yes. But yeah, you should have lube. You should have some stuff in your house for big dick related stuff. Get her warmed up and all that jazz. Ooh, see, this person, Sharts Jenkins, is suggesting the wand. If you had a wand, you're gonna really be impressing someone with that.
Yeah, I definitely would say, like, don't. That's not the first thing. Like, there's a whole. We're going like
absolutely
over the jeans. Then we're going like 1 to 2 to 3 fingers. Then we're going mouth like that. Like it's the final. It's the final step.
If I'm making out on the couch and the guy pulls out the wand, that's scary to me. Then I'm alarmed.
Yes, or the giant penis. Like there's so many things in between. Yes, Octavia knows what's up. Thank you. Having options. I think what we're saying is, like, give her a lot of options so that if she chooses your giant penis, great. And if not, no pressure.
Yeah. Yeah. Time and space. And I bet she will choose to take your giant penis.
Eventually.
In the end.
Eventually. And, don't add any other layers on top of that. I will say, this is not to, like, kink shame or anything, but, like, don't be like, hey, I have a giant penis, but, like, also I'm gonna tie you up in, like, 3 other things. You know what I mean? Like,
like, lay out all your. But if what's happening is it's like your first sexual encounter. It's like you guys are about to have sex or whatever. So the penis is coming out. It's understood that the penis is coming out.
Yes.
And you're showing it for the first time. I think a good, like, thing, I think in that situation, just giving it time and having a lot of options and being like, look, if we want to do other stuff tonight, that's cool. If we do have sex, here's my giant lube bottle for you, friend. Water-based.
And it might not... Sometimes the trick is that you can take it, but just for a couple minutes. You know what I mean?
That's also true. It's like, listen, we can start and stop, etc.
See how it goes. It's not an all or nothing situation. It's not like either it's going in or it's not. Like, it can go in and then it can come out and everyone can take a ice water.
Yeah, I think that what the girl is really afraid of is that, like, you're gonna jackhammer her with your giant penis.
So don't do that.
And if you show her through different emotionally intelligent steps that you actually know a lot about sex and you're not going to jackhammer her with your giant penis, then she can grow to be excited. She can grow along with your penis.
That's fair. Vagina does a lot.
The vagina does a lot, and the vagina can put out a baby, so it can take in a giant penis.
It's literally built for. Have you seen an infant's head? They're pretty big,
huge,
and it's a skull in there.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, you guys will get there. You guys will get there.
And congrats.
And congratulations on your giant penis.
Good for you. Giving me a lot to think about.
I know.
Life fixed.
I really never had more to say on any subject than that. I was like, I have so many thoughts about this.
I mean, I feel like really you said, like, a book. You know what I mean?
I know. This is my, like, I need to write, like, a thesis about a book about what guys with giant penises should do to make girls feel comfortable about their giant
Isn't it disgusting how so many things come down to, like, communicate? Like,
yeah, just say something about.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's decompress with another goofy question from me. On a date, who pays to get rid of the body of the homeless guy you accidentally killed?
Oh, whoever actually did the killing.
Perfect answer.
Whoever asked whoever asked on the date pays for the date, and whoever actually, whoever pulls the trigger, does the slice, you got to pay for that.
Great. I also believe whoever asked on the date pays for the date because it's your thing.
You asked.
You set it up.
And I think that's, as much as I don't want to give up always being paid for, that does feel like the gender neutral and fair option for date paying is the person who asked pays.
My excuse is always well, wage gap.
Yeah, that's also true. That's also true.
My I'm just closing the wage gap in my
Yeah, okay, the woman pays 67% of the bill.
I'm always well, you make more societally.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
society is paying you and then you're buying
me a drink.
A whiskey sour.
Exactly. I mean, that's a compelling point. That's a compelling point.
Thank you. Let's get we are whipping through these questions.
Well, I just feel like I don't know. I think we're psychically we're in the same place.
We are. Okay. I feel like I'm just gonna pick one for you.
Okay.
Brian fake name. Clever Brian asks.
Okay, Brian.
I'm a 31-year-old straight guy and I find myself really envious of my gay male friends in how they're able to more freely express themselves, like they can wear crazy shit and be joyful and weird in public without inhibition. I will say these are Brian's words, not mine, calling gay people weird. Please do not cancel me. I know this is a big joke. Yes, it is. But you know what I mean? Yes, I do. I'm not asking you to solve all of toxic masculinity here, but how do I start letting go a bit more without fear of judgment?
Oh, my heart goes out to Mr. Fake Name. He is trapped in a toxic masculinity cycle. My initial thought is dip your toe into, get a fun shirt.
Yes.
Get a hat.
Yes. Actually, no. I feel very strongly about it. I really don't like most hats on most men.
Okay, yeah, you know what?
Don't get a hat. Please don't get a hat.
Do the shirt. And
patterned
then you know what?
button down. Great.
We can reassess hat.
Answer's still going to be no, but okay.
But it seems like maybe you are comparing, you're feeling like you need to be at Pride Parade level immediately. Mm-hmm. And I think, you can start out by just give yourself a little goal of something fun and weird, gay that you want to do, whether it be get a fun shirt or go somewhere. You got to just start giving yourself little activities that you think would push that edge a little bit for yourself without overwhelming yourself with House of Yes type stuff.
Yeah, I would even who's a celebrity you think looks good and copy their outfit. You know what I mean? There's lots of Chris Pine has good style. Jake Gyllenhaal has good style. You can go on Instagram or go on GQ and you can shop the look.
Yeah, I do feel like a lot of this is this person really wants to be able to express themselves fashion wise and put out express themselves with their style in a way that I do think queer people and gay men are able to do more than straight men for sure. So queer eye yourself a little bit, man. Go get a fun shirt. Do the French tuck.
Watch Queer Eye. My good friend of mine who's married, her husband had a real awakening watching the new Queer Eye, where he was oh, when we go out to dinner, when I look nice, it's for you. That's me dressing up for our date night for you. Because he doesn't care what he looks like because he's just not that type of person. But he finally sort of got it through his head where he's grooming can be part of me putting effort into the relationship. And I was aha, these queers have eyed this guy.
Exactly. And also there's always the option to do something new with your hair, get a different haircut, whatever. Your hair grows back. I change my hair up often, and I've made correct and incorrect choices with it. And let me tell you, it grows back. You delete the pictures. It's fine.
It grows back, baby.
So yeah, I think
God's redo. Hair just
take a little risks, my friend. Take some risks with your style, with your fashion. It seems like that's what you want.
I would even say, like, set yourself like a little challenge almost of like starting from zero with your style, because I think a lot of guys maybe like in college sort of pick a look and then stick to it, and they just keep replacing the clothes they already have, and they don't ever think that like they could. I'll tell you, a guy I used to date, I was like, you have to stop wearing polo shirts to work. Like, people don't wear polo shirts anymore. And he was like, well, what are you talking about? I was like, look around. People don't wear polo shirts. Like, it's just not a thing. And I was like, where did you even get these? And he was like, American Eagle. And I was like, that's a store for teenagers.
Yeah, like you have to.
And he was like, says who? Like, how do you know it's a store for teenagers? And I had to be like, there's teenagers in the ads. Like, that's how you know who the store is for, is you look at who's on the poster. So, like, make sure that you're shopping at places where it's, like, other 31-year-olds are shopping.
100%. Another good place to have, like, a little style moment are the socks. You can get, and I don't mean, like, a Justin Trudeau, like, Star Wars sock. I mean, like, there's a lot of cool patterns and different like colors and styles and stuff, and that is a fun way to express yourself a little bit. And maybe try getting like a pink or purple sock or a different color that you don't usually wear, some stripes, some diamonds.
If anyone in the chat has like drop your recs in, like, where do people shop? Type in the name of the store. We're gonna do this. We're gonna get a new wardrobe for this person.
For cool socks.
Where does your fiance shop?
Nice Laundry is where he actually works as well, and they have very cool socks. And
you get a discount code
loungewear.
Or something? On loungewear, okay.
I actually know if they have a discount code, but they do have really cool socks, and I can attest to the socks.
Okay, to everyone watching at home, if you go to Nice Laundry and you mention Elise's name, they will not give you a discount,
Absolutely
but it will just be better for you when you wear them. It will just go better. This is magic. This is how manifesting works.
Yeah, exactly.
Great.
And you can get them monogrammed. You can even go that route.
Chic.
Absolutely. Absolutely. A lot of options.
I have some monogrammed pillowcases, and every time I sleep on them, I just feel like a princess.
Yeah. Once you have something monogrammed, you're like, oh, this is luxury living.
Yeah. Just make sure you have good initials, because some people don't realize that their initials are something funny until.
Like diamond monograms, your middle and your last name goes in the middle, and your first and middle name go on either side. So sometimes you need to think about the rearrange.
Click the preview.
Yeah.
Preview it.
Yeah, because a lot of people, I hear my fiance on a lot of calls dealing with people who didn't do that right. So
don't be one of those people. All right. We got new questions coming in.
Great.
Doug Sluganis.
Okay.
Asks,
could be a real name.
I've been roped into writing a sci-fi novel with a friend who called it the only thing staving off their depression.
Ooh.
This is the plot of its own novel. The thing is, all their ideas are terrible and progressively trending. I shouldn't laugh, but it's funny. And progressively trending more towards fanfic level erotica that is starting to distress/annoy me. Should I get out of this? Reed is cracking up. And if so, how do I let them down without sending them spiraling into depression? Don't you miss the days when the biggest problem was just big penis?
Wow, I know. Damn. Okay, well, first of all, it's very manipulative for this person to tell you that you have to work on this erotic sci-fi novel with them or they'll be depressed.
Yeah.
So free yourself from that. That's not fair. That's not a fair expectation for them to have of you.
It's also, a novel's a lot. Like work on a blog with me and it will not make me depressed is one thing. Like that's like a once a week commitment. A novel is a long thing.
Novel is also usually a solo activity.
Yes.
Like it seems like this person wants to write a novel.
Yes.
So I wonder if there's a way that you could encourage your friend, just be like, look, I can't take on the novel, but your ideas are fantastic. And I love, like, I'm encouraging you along the way. I really think that you should continue writing the novel, etc. Like there's a way to continue to support them without having to actually write and read the erotic sci-fi novel.
Absolutely. I also think this is like pure conjecture. Doug, if you're in the chat, please let me know if this sounds correct. This person might be looking for an excuse to hang out with you and has made up this novel because they want your friendship. So if you can just be like, hey, how about we have a weekly poker night and you write your novel? Like,
yeah,
the separate the friendship so that they know they're not going to lose the friendship just by you quitting the novel.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't matter how the novel goes because you can just have a poker night or a movie night or whatever.
Yeah, it seems like this person obviously is going through something, but like number one, you know, their mental health should not be riding on the writing of this novel. So definitely like obviously it's tough with everyone's different situation, like with insurance and whatever, but they should probably be talking to a mental health professional at this point if they aren't already, because it shouldn't be
which just for
all writing on
disclaimer, mental health professional, Elise and I are, yes, mental health professionals. We are licensed.
Yes.
These are,
I'm a doctor.
We are accredited.
Doctor, PhD.
Harvard.
School.
Yes.
Of Harvard.
Yeah, they need to talk to a therapist or like their mom or, you know, like someone not a friend. Obviously you can talk to your friends about your mental health issues, but roping them into a project. Not
yeah. And I think what you can say, and they may take it well, they may not, but it's not, you can't account for every single person's reaction, but you can just be like, you know, I've loved spending time together writing the novel. I actually have just realized it's not a project that I can take on right now, but I think you have so many good ideas. You should definitely continue, and let's make sure that we like keep hanging out. Yeah. Or let's do drinks or like, this or that.
Suggest a specific thing. Like, because I know like when I've been in, it always helps me to have something to look forward to. Like that's a big thing for me, is like having stuff in my calendar that I'm like looking forward to, is being like, let's go to this movie at this time on this date and I will see you again, and this is not the end of our friendship. Like it is a guarantee, but the novel, not where it's at.
Yeah. And just be like, I can't take on the project.
Yeah. And
you don't have to say that it's because
it's bad. Don't say their ideas are bad.
Yeah, like it's not, it actually doesn't, like, it doesn't have to come into it that it's bad.
No.
At all.
And I'll also say, like, if you, Doug, have any internal guilt about this, just remember that, like, the novel probably would not have worked to get them out of their depression. Like, even if we have a world, hey,
he decided not to wander.
Here.
He came back.
He can't hear me, but welcome.
No.
Yeah, sorry.
He asked if he could get something from the kitchen, and I didn't respond, but he came out anyway.
That's good. That's fine. We should all feel free to get things from our kitchen.
And he is wearing a hat, and I think it's a nice hat.
Caps are okay.
Cap's
like
different.
Newsboy caps. Really.
Oh no.
No.
Oh no. But like that's a great, like a baseball hat is a great place for straight men to express themselves.
Yes.
Fashion wise as well. So
yes.
Baseball, you could go a fitted cap, all of that. That route I feel like is good.
Yes.
We just went back to the question that we like did.
We're fixing all the lives.
We're fixing all the lives.
And we have a man.
Exactly.
Right. Yes. The novel would not, it really doesn't sound like something that's going to get published, and then that also would trigger depression. Like this, I know it seems like you're the only person standing between them and depression, but you actually are not really a factor here. Like, their mentality is going to do what it's going to do, and you can just be supportive from the sides. And that's a really good way to be a friend, genuinely.
Because shit's going to hit the fan with the novel situation eventually, because, like, eventually you finish the novel and then you try to publish it, and that's really hard. And if it's not very good, which it seems like, I mean, whatever.
Or it is good, and then they just feel bad because then how do they top it for their second novel? Like, life is just an unending series of horrors. So.
50 Shades of Grey was erotic fan fiction before it was what it was. So, it was God bless it.
Dragon Queen Icefire, I think was her pen name. It was something.
It was it? Oh, I love
like
that.
It was something like stupid.
That's a classic fan fiction type username. I was a big reader of the fanfic back in the day.
Really? I never got into it.
Harry Potter fanfic exclusively, but was very deeply ensconced.
I didn't understand really what fanfic was, and my friends would like describe Harry Potter fanfic to me, and I would be like, I don't remember reading that in the books. Like, I just don't know. Like, it didn't compute to me that other people could write things with the same characters.
I got deep into Harry Potter forums as like a child, early internet, and then that kind of blossoms into fan fiction. It leads you down the path to
what
finding
was the type of fan fiction? Were you like Draco Hermione fics? Like how magic works in the real world fics?
I liked Marauders prequel fics. So like Harry's dad, that whole gang. Okay. Loved that. There was one that I loved where Hermione went back in time and fell in love with Lupin, and it was so good.
That's a good pairing, fuck.
Yeah, she went back in time and she fell in love with him, but then she had to come back to the present when he was like her teacher at school, and he remembered, but she didn't. And there was some really interesting, emotional stuff going on there.
Everyone drop your favorite fic in the chat, and then we're gonna start a page together to discuss it.
Oh, and then I remember I read one that was like NC-17 that was about how Draco had to learn to.
He had to learn what to do with his enormous penis because he had to
learn how to fuck from his dad.
Kathleen, anything sexual with Dobby, Jesus. He had to learn how to fuck from his dad.
Yeah, that was the plot, was that Draco's dad. People are sick. People are really sick.
Draco's had a hot dad, so like I get that aspect of it. And Draco had hot moments, so I get that aspect of it. But it's the father-son thing.
To put them together is wrong. To put them together is wrong, and there are some really sick people out there.
And they're named Elise Morales.
Yeah, I did write that.
You read it?
I did read it because I loved to try to find like the craziest ones, because there were so many. I mean, people were really writing some wild shit on there. But I did write a fan fiction, and in my personal ones, I never put sex scenes in my fan fiction because I had to save them on the family computer. Oh, it was about me going to Hogwarts and everyone wanting to date me. That was exactly what it was about. And I was on the Quidditch team and everyone wanted to date me, and then ultimately Harry dated me.
Well, sure.
Perfect.
If you can get Harry, why would you not
perfect plot
date Harry? That makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
Well, I think Jonathan will be here any minute now, so I have one final goofy question for you, but then there will be more goofy questions going on, guys.
Got it.
What do you do if your best friend has a kid and the kid just like sucks? Like just a bad vibes kid, no good.
Ugh, this is something I fear dealing with in my life. I've never had to deal with this. I think you just have to deal with their shitty kid.
Yeah. You just have to pretend that you think that they're charming.
Yeah. You can like set some boundaries at your house and stuff, but like you're gonna have to pretend to like their kid if you want to stay best friends with them.
Yeah.
And if their kid is so shitty that you don't want to be best friends with them, that's a really shitty kid.
Yeah. I would also say maybe like suggest a lot of adults only activities. Like always be going to bars, always be going to R-rated movies.
Yeah, like if you want to maintain a friendship with that person, you are going to have to deal with their kid, but you can also mitigate it by suggesting non-kid related activities and trying to maintain a friendship outside of the child.
That makes perfect sense. Elise, can you stick around for 5 more minutes?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Everyone, please welcome to the stream Jonathan Van Halem, who is joining us for Hello!
Hey, Lizzie. Hey, Elise. How are you guys?
We're doing great. How are you?
Doing well. Doing well.
We were just talking Harry Potter fanfics. Did you ever peruse?
No, I didn't. I didn't see all. I saw the first 4 Harry Potter movies. Didn't see the 5th. Saw the 6th one in theater twice.
Why?
That's such a funny one to pick.
Yeah, I had a huge crush on this girl, and we went to the midnight showing, and nothing happened. And then we saw it again, and nothing happened. And she got married 2 weeks ago.
Oh no!
We're all better off for it. So I didn't care, I guess, enough about the source material to look into fanfic. But from what I understand, J.K. Rowling has endorsed some fan fiction. Has been like, yeah, fine. This sounds probably like what I would write if I were to do more. Isn't that what the thing is? The Eddie Redmayne movies?
No, that was not fan fiction. She
wrote them.
They're based on. Oh God! So they're based. They're based off a series.
We're going to talk about Harry Potter for another hour. So great.
They're based off a series of textbooks that she put out that were based off of textbooks that you can read in Harry Potter. And she put out one called Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. And so Eddie Redmayne is supposed to be the guy who wrote that textbook. And it's actually really dumb and it's actually bad. And the whole reason that Harry Potter is good is that teenagers are going to wizard school. And then they did a series where they took it out of wizard school and there were no teenagers and it's bad. So it's really unfortunate.
John, I did want to circle back. How did the conversation come about when you went and saw Harry Potter 6, didn't make a move on this girl, and you were like, I need to try again at the same movie? Like, whose idea was that? Or you're not like, let's go to a more romantic movie or like a more fun movie. You're like, I need to do over the same.
Yeah. Good question. So we saw the midnight premiere, just the 2 of us.
That's cute. Maybe.
Yeah, It was. And then she was like, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 days later, she's like, I'm seeing Harry Potter again with my friend. Do you want to come? I was like, sure.
So we got less datey.
Yeah, you did get less datey.
Yeah, it was more platonic the second time.
Yes.
So it was more like she was like, oh, John is friend vibes. Let me do a do-over where we can replace the memory of us going on a date to Harry Potter with a memory of us being friends at Harry Potter.
Which is very sweet of her. It was very nice.
We wish her all the best. Congrats on your wedding.
Yeah, congratulations, girly.
Yeah, Poonam was her name.
She sounds great.
Yeah. I hope she's happy.
As Olivia Rodrigo once said, good for you. For anyone who, like John, is just joining us, if you have questions for our esteemed panel, you can drop it at the link that's right over there in the yellow, or you can just type it in the little Twitch chat, and if it's a good comment, we'll see it, and if it's not, we won't. We're gonna play a little game now where I ask you a dumb advice question and then you both answer and then I just pick a winner and then whoever has the most points at the end is the winner. Does anyone have questions about how the game works?
No.
Now, bear in mind, this is a very official, very serious, very complicated game that Reed and I made up about an hour ago.
Okay, great.
Okay. Name 3 items that are like a red flag if you go to someone's apartment and they have these items in their apartment. Like, you got to get out of there.
Okay.
Just raise your hand when you got it. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Pile of old newspapers. Scary mask. and a random bucket of dirty water. Anybody saw that?
Clean water would not be bad.
No, that's his bucket of clean water. That's his clean water.
All right. Those are the items to beat, John.
Let's see. 3 red flags. 1, any plates in the bedroom. That's a big no for me. No eating in bed. That's a very genuine red flag.
Okay.
2, let's see, a gun. I don't want to see guns. If you have a gun, you got to keep it hidden. Look, certainly the first, I mean,
right, if it's
that's a
just
big
out,
red flag.
when you get there and it's just loose.
Like as a paperweight.
No,
if you're that careless about that, God knows.
If it's on the plate, can you imagine you go into a bedroom and there's a plate with a gun on it? John is out of there.
That's scary. Just, that's a huge no for me.
Red flag.
And then like 4 cats. I could do like 1 to 2. 4 cats.
All right. Those are all really good items. I'm going to have to give the point to Elise because I am the type of person to have plates in my bedroom. So they will be small plates. They will be snack plates. I would not have a full meal in there. But sometimes I don't want to be in the common area. I have roommates. I want some privacy while I have my snacks. All right.
But what about your gun?
My gun is on my person at all times.
right, of course.
So that's a different part of the date you're seeing the gun.
Well, you're concealed carry, of course.
Yeah. I have a holster. There's a whole holster situation. And same with my 4 cats are on my body. No, I only have 1 cat, and she really keeps to herself.
1's a perfect amount. Yeah,
my
1 maybe 2.
Over there.
I will also say the good thing about, I honestly think that the reason I don't have many cats is because my 1 cat doesn't like other cats.
Yeah.
So really, she's not a gateway cat. She is the maximum amount of cats I can have. How old is too old to get a driver's license?
I think once you qualify for Medicaid,
okay, so 65.
Pack it in.
Okay.
Yeah. There's no need to do it anymore. I don't think you're too old, but I'm just like, why put that time towards that when you can put it towards something else?
Yeah, you don't have that much time left. John, 65
I'll go a
to
little
beat.
younger, probably like 45. When you see someone who gets like their driver's license at 30, I'm like, oh, that's pretty charming that you didn't have it for this long and then you got it. Like, that's very cute. But there's something to be said to just never having it. So if you're at like 45, then just run out the clock. I mean, come on.
Sure.
Exactly. And the people in your life know the deal. They got to pick you up.
Exactly.
Well, I'm glad you two agree. The answer is actually it's never too late to chase your dreams, so no points. In 1 sentence, can you explain the difference between a Roth IRA and a 401k?
Yes. A Roth IRA is not taxed, and you can put in $6,000 per year. And then when you withdraw it, when you retire, there's no taxes on it. You got to pay taxes on whatever you make in your 401k.
Elise, can you do a better sentence than that?
A Roth IRA is the one that I have.
Point Elise, because it is also the one that I have.
That's
Great.
the one my mom told me to get.
And you know what? Your mom told you the right thing.
I need the
not
tax
So sorry,
account.
point Elise's mom.
Yeah, that's actually true. Point Deborah Morales.
Point Deb. True or false, it is rude to be prettier than the bride at her wedding.
True.
True.
Okay, you both get
Their
points.
day.
Yeah. As someone who's coming up on a wedding, I would be pissed if someone showed up looking too good.
Yep.
You're that pretty. Just be pretty every other day. I mean,
Right?
Yeah.
You get it
Fuck yourself
every
up.
other day.
Yeah, you get every. This is her one day.
What is the meanest thing?
When you say something and someone says nobody cares. It's the meanest thing a person can say.
Yeah. Oh, like when you're trying to be mean. Like you're trying to gossip and they're like, oh, I'm not like that. I think that's mean. I think you should gossip with me and not make me feel bad.
Okay. You both get points. Those are both really, really mean. Because you're just shutting down what could be a good conversation.
Right?
I don't get the stigma towards gossip. I mean, I do understand the stigma towards gossip, but like there is healthy gossip and just fucking engage. It's so much fun. The water's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Absolutely.
Truly, my thing is like, I don't care what anyone says about me as long as it's true. Like, if I didn't, like, just don't make up shit about me. But if it's true,
yeah.
All right.
I'm happy to be the subject of gossip. Just know that I'm also gossiping. Just like
absolutely. If anyone has gossip that they want to put in the chat,
please, please.
God. It doesn't even have to be about people we know.
Yeah, no, absolutely
just
not.
Just like, she pregnant? Beautiful.
Yeah, we'll just do moi this and put, like, just say unverified gossip.
Do you guys remember when, like, passing the Tig Notaro Twitter account around was a thing?
Yes.
I always wanted to get it so that I could turn it into Comedy Gossip Girl. That was all I was going to do. I had a plan.
Funny.
I was going to open up the DMs and I was going to just publish gossip, and no one ever gave it to me. So if anyone out there has the password to the Tig Notaro Twitter account,
does that still go on?
No, it like pivoted to social justice stuff when we all decided to care about that. So.
Okay. I mean, you can't fault the pivot to social justice.
You
but
can't, but we can remember the good times.
I will say my friend had it one day. He showed me. I immediately looked through the DMs.
Anything good?
Nah, nothing that good.
Yeah.
No.
I
did tweet from it. I did.
How do you? We have 2 more questions, and then Elise, you can. How do you ask for a raise you don't deserve?
As confidently as possible, so that the other person is gaslighted into thinking that you deserve it.
John.
Yeah. Say you deserve it, and then reference cost of living increases. They will not double check. Just say cost of living went up 6% this year, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
It went up like 2.
Very smart.
You both get points. Finally, give a piece of advice to Ben Affleck.
Life isn't a linear journey.
All right,
It's
that didn't
okay.
make any sense.
Live your best life, Ben. I saw a picture of him today in page 6 of him with Jennifer Garner, who I'm like, I forgot they were married at all.
They have kids.
It's like, yeah, it's like, Ben, be a good dad, live your best life. We are all rooting for you. And never lose your spark.
Yeah.
All right.
My advice to Ben Affleck is to get the band back together. Do something with Damon. You're doing this J-Lo. Just go all TBTs. You know?
100%.
Great. Y'all are breaking up for me a little bit. Are they breaking up for you? Well, Reed's laptop is bad. All right, you both win. Thank you so much for playing. Everybody gets all the points. Elise, have a wonderful rest of your night.
Thank you.
Give your fiance a big smooch. Thank you so much for being here. Everybody go follow her. She's at Pandalise.
At Pandalise. And my podcast is the Roast of Your Teenage Self podcast, if you ever want to check that out. Okay, bye, everyone.
Listen to it. Bye.
Bye, Elise.
John, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, my pleasure. I was watching you guys chat for a while.
Yeah, we're fun. Do you have any issues, questions, comments, concerns, things I can fix for you right now on the chat?
I do. I say that because I can relate to Mr. Fake Name in the fashion department, because there's a shirt that I want to buy, but I'm not sure I can pull it off. Not sure if I want to be able to pull it off.
Send me the link literally right now?
Yes, I do.
I will, yes, Sharts Jenkins, we are really trying to link it. I will also say, John, not that short guys can't pull things off, but you are a tall, slender man, so you can pull it off.
Did you get the link? It's
did.
unfortunately
I'm opening
Google
it right
search
now.
link. I hope it opens to the right shirt. I know, right? Isn't that
I really thought that
nearly
this,
a bridge too far?
I really thought that this was going to be like a button down with like parrots on it and like a fun collar, and it is literally a white t-shirt that says Annette Bening.
Yes. I was in the East Village on last weekend, and I saw some girl wearing it. I was like, that shirt's incredible. I was like, could I pull this shirt off? I don't know. But
Yes.
it's just like,
Literally
can't you
buy it
imagine
right
though?
now. No, yes.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Just a plain shirt that says Annette Bening.
What is to put? Yes. Yes, you can. Yes. Yes.
I guess it's not so much pulling it off as like, would that guy wearing an Annette Bening shirt, will people just be like, oh, that dude's intolerable? Who would ever want to hang out with someone wearing that? Seems like a thing that I'd be inappropriately co-opting if I wore it. Maybe. There's also a Laura Dern shirt.
I really think you're overthinking this.
Probably, yeah.
No, I think I think this is not a judgment on their acting. I think the commodification of Laura Dern has sort of peaked. We're seeing a lot of that. I think Annette Bening is still a little more like indie, you know?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I think go Annette Bening.
Laura Dern became like, and again, great actress. Who doesn't like Laura Dern? But the like,
of course,
unfortunate area where like someone gets co-opted too much by the internet, and it's like, all right, we're giving this person a little too much praise. And Annette Bening is really just sliding in nicely. We all appreciate her. It hasn't gone too far. So big fan of Annette Bening.
20th Century Women. She's so good.
No. But my one friend Alex, he's
great.
like, how have you not seen it? He's like, it's the perfect movie for you. So one day I will watch 20th Century Woman. I love The Kids Are All Right.
It's great. It's about a bunch of women. All right. I think we've reached if the next time I see you, you are not wearing your Annette Bening t-shirt, I will be severely disappointed. I will be pretty mad.
I will 100% buy it because I've been wanting to for a while.
Order it right now. We're about to go play a 5-minute video that should give you plenty of time to order it because I want to figure out what's going on with the internet. Octavia, can we play the video from Justine, and John, I will talk to you in 5 minutes?
Perfect.
Hello, I am delighted to be involved in the show. Thank you so much, Lizzie, for having me involved. Delighted to be here in Ireland, able to give you some advice. But then again, should you really be taking advice from someone who is age 27 and in her childhood bedroom because of COVID? I'm not great. So let's get into it. I have some of the questions that Lizzie has sent me over, so I'm going to get through these. I have trouble finding partners and people to date because I'm so closed off and so picky. Finally, I meet the love of my life and they are my psychologist. It is bananas. What should I do? I'm getting to the point where it's distracting in our sessions. I know I should tell them so we can work through it together, but I chicken out every time. Any advice is welcomed. I feel like I need to go talk to my therapist about giving advice to you about telling your therapist about how you feel. This is very deep shit. I've gone through 5 different therapists because I couldn't just even open up to someone. So the fact you have someone that you're so open with, it's a risk to take. I find it weird that they're sending you messages outside of therapy, or is that just an Irish thing? Maybe we don't have therapists like that in Ireland. Our therapists have therapists too. We all have a lot of shit going on here, so maybe that's just not something we have here, but that strikes me as they're crossing a line too. So for that reason, I'd be kind of thinking, do you shoot your shot? I mean, you're in therapy. Hypothetically, that's what you should be telling them. I think I'd be going for it. What if it doesn't work out? And then you're going to therapy about your therapist. I feel like that's a whole other level of conception that's going to get complicated. Or what if like things don't work out and you and your therapist partner end up having to go get couple therapy? Sell your story to Days of Our Lives or some other soap opera, because this I want to watch and see how it pans out. That might not be great advice like right now, it doesn't sound it, but you're going to make a ton of money because this is killer. I don't want to make light of this scenario, but I feel like I feel like you're always going to regret it if you don't say something. I am a hopeless romantic at heart, and very much I would be saying, do it, go for it, tell them how you feel. You're in the right setting to do it. You're in a therapy room. It's kind of what you're there to do. So be totally honest in those therapy sessions and tell them how they feel is what I would say. Either way, if it goes bad or well, you're in the right place to be able to talk about it. Been unemployed for 13 months and I have zero motivation to do anything, but I'm also bored all the time. How do I make myself motivated to do things every day, or at least most days? Pandemic has happened, so the last 13 months for everyone has been a shit show. It's been a shitmare. Go easy on yourself would be my first thing. Don't be so hard on yourself, because there's days I think every single person on this planet is struggling to find the motivation of getting out of bed, let alone waking up. I mean, some days you just like, fuck, I woke up. Great, now I have to deal with this shit again. And it never ends. So go easy on yourself. You're not the only one going through this. And definitely I get the boredom too, because again, so much of this world has been closed off that we've just been stuck inside, losing our minds collectively. So you're not alone, and fully understand where you're coming from. And finding that motivation is tough. It really is not easy. And I found myself in that position too during the last year and a half. What I find gets me out of bed sometimes is that I've ordered packages. I'm like, will it arrive today? Who knows? Which package will arrive first? The one that I ordered on AliExpress or the one from Amazon? I mean, probably Amazon, but who knows? Today could be the day AliExpress comes through, even though I ordered it 5 months ago. And equally, because the delivery comes to the door, I have to answer the door. That physically gets me out of the bed. Order some packages, that would be my advice, or food. Even better. I mean, you have to go answer the door to get your food, and now you have food. Who's not excited about food? I'm so bored. In all sincerity though, it's very tough. It is definitely tough, but don't be so hard on yourself would be my advice. Get some nice food. I thought I would also give just some handy dating advice. Number one, just from personal experience, don't bring up the fact that you liked their 2015 holiday album. It's not a good look that you've gone back through their Facebook and you saw their family holiday. Probably don't mention what was that dessert like in that restaurant by the beach. It looked delish. What was it? Not a good look. Just from personal experience, it's not panned out well. And I do have a restraining order. The dessert was a creme brulee though. Don't send pics of your dick. I feel weird that I even have to say this still. This is the thing. If you want to get creative with it and send something else, maybe send a pic of you at therapy, dealing with the fact that you can't stop sending people pics of your dick. Don't post pictures with sedated tigers. What are you, Tiger King or some shit? Not for me. Don't post a picture on your dating profile of your abs. Okay, maybe some people are into this, but not for me. I feel like there's pictures they're showing, their hashtag arm day, hashtag leg day. I'm like, yeah, what about your hashtag personality day? Because that's what I want to see. But maybe that's just me. So yeah, they're just some little dating advice tips from myself, from an Irish perspective, I guess. Hope this helps, and I hope some of this will be of help in some way. Thank you so much for having me involved, Lizzie. The best of luck with the rest of the show, and Slán agus Gurb Mahabut, which is Irish for goodbye and thank you. Slán.
For making that piece of wisdom for us. We could not get Justine out here to be on the show, but if you would like more Irish comedy and advice, drop a donation to the Squirrel Theatre so that they can open up a branch in the UK like all comedy theaters should. Also, because people are working very hard to bring this show to you. We have tech people, we have promo people, we have people who put all of this together, and they deserve to be compensated. So if you like any of this advice, drop a couple dollars into the Venmo. Don't be freaking cheap. Donate some money.
Exactly.
John, I'm gonna ask you just like a real goofy question, and then we'll get into one of the ones from the thing, okay?
Perfect.
If you could uncancel one person, who would you uncancel?
You want to know who it is, actually?
Yeah.
Who would I uncancel? I think he's not really canceled, but Ben Affleck. Because back when Me Too happened, he had allegations against him. And
Did
I
he?
think, yeah.
I
John
remember Casey
Mulaney's
Affleck
wife.
being.
Yeah, Casey Affleck. He's got some
Yeah,
allegations.
He's got some
But,
allegations.
Anna Marie Tendler, she tweeted about how Ben Affleck grabbed her butt at a party once. And I was like, oh, Ben, you hate to see it.
You really do.
So him, I would uncancel. Who would you uncancel? This is a tough question.
I might not be all caught up on this situation. It is a thing that I very much heard, like, two things and then the consequence, and I was like, those don't seem to add up, but there might be other things. But to me, it seemed like Allison Roman was an idiot, but not a bad person. Just from what I've heard. So if she is a bad person, then she should stay canceled. But just from what I've heard, she just, like, said some bonehead stuff where I was like, she could still cook pasta. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. Like, definitely insensitive and should apologize. But the fact that she lost her job, I was like, I just don't know about that. And I also say that only because, like, so many other people, like, have done worse things and gotten away with it, that I was like, she just seemed like an interesting person to hold accountable when, like, society does not hold so many people accountable.
That's so true. Some people just can get away with anything.
Some people just get away with so much, and no one gives a shit. And then, like, other people, it's like, oh, you shouldn't have said that, but, like, now you just don't have a gig anymore. And I'm like, I don't know about that.
Exactly. I wholeheartedly agree.
We both voted for Trump, so that just, grain of salt. John and I are both, like, fully conservative, hate woke culture.
100%.
Great. Let's get to some life fixing. Would you rather have a relationships question or a hygiene question?
Relationships.
Great.
Start with relationships.
Age gap question, taking depends on the person off the table. Good. 47-year-old man and 34-year-old woman. Creepy gap or no? That's 13 years.
That 13 years, you're approaching, that's okay. 47 to 34. I mean, a 34-year-old woman has her agency.
Yeah.
I mean, look, a 34-year-old man and a 21-year-old girl,
No.
not going to pass muster.
Absolutely not.
But once a person reaches about, early 30s, they can make the call for themselves. You might not have the strongest relationship, but the other thing is it works for some people. Annette Bening, she's married to Warren Beatty, and there's got to be about 30 years between them.
And Annette Bening, as we've discussed, so iconic. John's about to wear her on a T-shirt. There's another age gap question on the sheet if you want to stay on topic. Okay, Reed, I'm looking. Is this, where is it?
Last one, dating.
Okay, great. Do you want another age gap question? I feel like we're in the zone. Emily asks, Lizzie, I'm 24 and want to date an older guy like 30s or early 40s, but I feel wary, appropriately I think, of like a 38-year-old who is trying to date someone my age. And the 38-year-olds who aren't looking to date someone my age see me as someone too young for them. So how do I either find someone who's looking for someone my age who isn't gross, or how do I convince a guy who isn't looking for someone my age to give me a chance? Thank you! This is definitely written by a 24-year-old. Just by the amount of exclamation points. John, answer for all creepy men.
Yeah. So on behalf of the community, I would say trust your instincts, Emily. You said that you would be justifiably worried. You are correct. A 38-year-old man who would date a 24-year-old girl, there's something off there. So, Emily, what you're looking for in a 30-year-old man can be found in other men of a younger age. I don't know what she thinks a 38-year-old man will do for her or for her relationship, but she's that is a symptom of a larger thing that she needs to address ultimately, because you don't 24 and 38. I don't know why you would want 38-year-olds. I hope to never turn 38, but I can't imagine that they're
Gonna die first. Great.
Yeah. I don't. What, she wants to listen to Dave Matthews Band? I don't see what appeal she has, what she sees in a 38-year-old man.
Yeah.
I guess there's something to be said about dying 15 years. Your husband dying at least 15 years before you. But like, you're playing the long game unnecessarily early.
The cost benefit there cannot be worth it.
Exactly. 100%.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this is like me projecting. My assumption here is that she doesn't want to date 24-year-old boys. Understandably.
Mm-hmm.
Very understandably. And I think the really, really, really shitty thing that she has to learn, that I had to learn, that I'm still learning, is that they don't actually get that much better when they get older.
No, yeah.
They're not, like, all the things that annoy you about the guys your age, it's not, if anything, and this is, I'm so sorry, but like, as you get, the really great guys get married and get snapped up.
Yeah.
So the older you go, like the worse they are. Like there's a reason they're still single. It's pretty bizarre. So yeah, I would maybe aim for like a middle ground, like 32 maybe. Can we get 32? Can we get 30? Like that.
So 29.
Just yeah, that you could maybe sort of do like 6 of one, half dozen of the other situation in the cost benefit analysis here. I mean, they do sometimes have more money, so that's nice because you can go to nicer places.
Yes,
That's kind of the one
true.
thing.
But like some people in their 20s just date someone whose parents are rich, which is advice I'd give anyone of any age.
Absolutely.
Just if you can do that, I mean, don't pass that up. That pays dividends for quite some time.
No matter what their age is, just date someone who comes from money.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, you just gotta aim for that middle ground and don't assume that people will get more mature, because this is another thing, is that you have to remember that guys who are, I can't do the math, but like the older you go, the farther back in time they were born. So like in terms of like knowing about like gender equality or like being, or like whatever the maturity thing is, it gets weighed out by the fact that they like came of age when like the worst movies for teens on the planet were you know what I mean? Like you're talking about a generation of people who came of age with like the worst fucking role models in the world. So you're like, oh, he's in his 40s, he's chilled out. It's like, no, they don't, like, you have to teach them shit because they grew up in the 80s when it was just like, yeah, you can put cocaine in toothpaste. It really doesn't work out the way you think it does. It's really unfortunate. Reed is taking a picture of me right now. Hey. Sorry, Emily. It sucks. It just sucks. Dating just sucks. Great. John, you have a pool.
Mm-hmm.
You throw a pool party.
Mm-hmm.
At this pool party, someone is acting really stupid. It's their own fault, and they drown in your pool.
Jesus.
These were also funny when I came up with them a couple hours ago. How long do you have to wait before you can enjoy your pool again?
Oh, that is truly such a good question. It depends how well you knew the person.
So true. So true.
If it's your like close friend or sibling dies, you're never enjoying
You're never
that
getting
pool
in the pool
again.
No.
If it's like someone's
If it's like
kid,
a friend of a friend.
you're really never enjoying
Oh,
that pool
child
again.
death. Children, no. Let's take child death off the table.
All right,
because
let's
it's
take child
never
death
their
off the
fault,
table.
because someone should have been watching the child. This is like a drunk adult who should have known better.
I could see myself bouncing back in about 3 weeks if it's someone I didn't care about at all. I'd be like, what, am I going to move? I'm not going to move. It's my house. I have a pool. Life's not that. I probably am not going to have pool. I'm certainly not going to invite whoever brought that guy anytime soon.
And I don't think they would come.
No, I don't think they would come either. The real question is, at what point can you be like with your friends, just be like, all right, we all know it was his fault that he died, right?
Yeah, maybe that day. just so that everybody goes to bed on the same page.
You would want to clear that up quick.
You would want to say, with all the witnesses, you would just be like, we all saw, it's really tragic and it sucks and we don't want to victim blame, but adults need to be responsible for themselves and they're sometimes not. 3 weeks, yes.
Did you have a pet growing up? I did not have pets. Mm-hmm. And how long does it take, I know this is tough, but how long does it take to like get over a pet death? Like, I know they live with one forever, but like, it's like, okay, I wake up and this isn't the first thing I think about anymore.
It didn't take me that long because a lot of times pet deaths are like prolonged.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
You see them coming. Here's the one that shook me was a pet that leaves and just never comes back. I had a cat get stolen.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
She was really pretty and she was really sweet and kind of stupid. Her name was Chloe. And she was a cat, this is not a person. And she was an indoor-outdoor cat. And then we like went away for the weekend and like left a bunch of food out, which we used to do, and like it was fine. And when we came back, a family in our neighborhood had moved away and we never saw the cat again. And we were like, they took our fucking cat.
It's insane.
Like, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I can't prove it, but we were like, there's no way if Chloe were around, she would come home.
Yeah, she'd come back.
But like, we were pretty sure that she was maybe getting fed by another family in the neighborhood just because like she was so pretty and sweet. And like, she would sometimes be gone all day and we were like, oh, someone maybe gave you a little snack or something. And yeah, we just never saw her again. And I was like, that was hard to get over because I was like, someone took my fucking cat.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
Who just takes the cat?
Don't do that. Don't take a neighborhood cat if you think that it has an owner.
That's one of my friends. They've been feeding a cat that they think is wild. And I'm like, now I should tell them. That might be someone's cat.
Attach a note to it or something.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, if you are the owner of this cat, put a collar on him or something. You know what I mean? Or like maybe post signs in the neighborhood like, hey, we feed your cat. Just want to check in. Give me a text.
That's good advice.
Yeah. This is advice to the people. All right. We have 8 minutes before, if anyone is sticking around, Symin is doing her art character show after this. And it's really great. So everyone stay on the channel and tip right there. Great. Let's ask a question.
John the horniness question.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Reed says, ask John the horniness question.
All right. All right.
Aspiring Horn Dog asks, summer 2021 is supposed to be the horniest summer of our generation, but I'm not feeling all that horny and it's frustrating. How do I get more horny? I'm a guy, by the way. Reed, you asked this?
No, but John,
No, Reed, yes, Reed, you asked this?
John likes
Reed is having real problems with his libido. Reed, you asked this?
I asked.
Reed, this is from Reed.
Okay. Well, Reed, some things you just need to let nature play its course. It's not weird or anything that you're not horny now, because we all had a pretty odd last 15 months, and your horniness will come back. And when it does, you should enjoy the summer. Come on in, the water's fine. You're right. It is. Don't drown.
John will be over it in 3 weeks.
It'll be the worst 3 weeks of my life. But then after that, as if it never happened.
What are you going to do?
Because there are supplements to make yourself hornier that they sell at gas stations, and those terrify me to my core. I could not recommend those any less. You don't want to do it.
Don't do those.
They're going to give you a heart attack.
There are real pills you can take if this is a medical issue. Don't buy the ones at gas stations.
Yeah, don't buy the ones at gas stations. No. If you're not horny by like September, look into some outside options. Mm-hmm. But humans are here to do like 2 things, and one of them's fuck. So like it will come around, your libido.
And the other one is give advice.
And the other one's give advice. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, maybe like your preferences have changed. Like not even like genders or whatever, but just like maybe you're like into redheads now or something. Like, you know, go left when you might have gone right. Like,
Exactly.
try new things. I think that this is not just a horny summer. I think it's like an exploratory summer where it's like people are
100%.
down to like get a little freakier and like just like do the thing that you like, hook up with a friend. You know what I mean? Like, it's like the summer of like no consequences. What if?
This
So,
whole
like,
summer is just a mulligan. Do what you want.
It's a mulligan. I will also say, if you just want to participate in the spirit of the summer, but you're not that horny, do some drugs.
Yeah. Just do some drugs.
And then that
You'll
counts.
have a great time.
That really counts. We only have 5 minutes left, so I don't necessarily, there's not really like a 5-minute question left. John, do you have anything you want to plug? Any shows coming up? Any social media handles people can follow you on? Or just any advice you'd like to put out into the universe that you think people should be more aware of?
Can I ask you one more
Please.
question?
Yes.
Okay. Are you on Hinge?
No, but I have been in the past, so I know.
Are you
like,
familiar
what it
with
is.
the rose feature?
A little bit, yes.
So for those,
You get
anyone who
one a
does not
day,
know,
right?
You get one a week. You can send someone a
Oh.
rose.
Okay.
But the thing is, I would never want to send anyone a rose because it feels like way too forward. Of like they've put, let's call a spade. They put hot people in like this one section of Hinge where you can send them a rose, but I feel so weird sending one because it just like the implications of a rose, the fact that they know that it was this like extra special thing that you chose them. It just feels like you've played all your cards in just such an unbecoming way.
Sir, you are on a dating app. The jig is up. The jig is up. If you cannot get over that once a week, I don't know what you think you're doing. You cannot play coy on an app that is specifically to match with people to go kiss them on their face. Just do it.
True. Especially the alternative is just never engaging with them at all.
I mean, that's playing very hard to get to. There's no other way to contact you. This is the thing. This is the game.
But do you have to like cash it with like I know I'm sending a
no, I
rose,
feel
but
like
then that
you're
feels
like-
like you're a fucking idiot.
I feel like you're like playing a football game and you're like, touchdowns are too many points. I want to earn it. like, no, like go get some ladies or whoever you're into with your roses. Like, I really think that people overthink dating apps because
That's
they think that how you meet the person is the most important part of the relationship. It's not. That is maybe a half hour of your life before then, and then you're just on the date, and then everything else for the rest of time is the relationship. And people are like, I don't want to do dating apps because it's not romantic. It's like, well, you have the entire relationship to be romantic. Go on a romantic date, have a romantic wedding. Like, you can whatever dynamic you're trying to set up, you can set up like that you're Mr. Cool laid back guy. Then go be cool and laid back once you're on the date. But you can't. You get yourself on the date and then you can be cool and laid back, okay?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Also, people, I mean, yeah, if someone doesn't want to meet someone on a dating app, you're setting yourself up to fail. Just the expectation.
What are you
You're just
doing?
gonna
You opened
bump
Hinge that
into
day
them
by
at the-
accident?
Yeah.
Did we match? Oh, that's so crazy. Oh, I guess I'll see you at a bar, maybe around. You're on Hinge. Go do Hinge.
Yeah, that's true. That is
Yeah.
very true.
Go get yourself some hotties with your roses and wear a condom and be blessed. Thank you, Sharts. Sharts Jenkins says agreed. Sorry
yeah,
I
sure.
yelled.
I gotcha.
Everyone go follow John on Instagram so that if he does get a girlfriend, we can all look at her and say how pretty she is, that she must have been a rose girl. Everybody drop donations in the Venmo. Oh, we are doing this shit live July 18th at Caveat via the Squirrel Theater, and tickets literally just went live today. I believe they are $15 ahead of time, $18 at the door, but we are really trying to sell this shit out, huh? Maybe it's a Sunday night. So buy your tickets now, and we're putting the link in the chat as we speak. Like, seriously, buy tickets, and then like I'll buy you a drink after and we can all chat. John, you're coming, right? You're gonna be in
Yeah,
the audience.
I'll be there.
Okay, John will be there. He'll be bringing a hot girl, and it's gonna be good. I will now, John. Thank you so much for being here. I will hand things back to Octavia. Everybody, stick around for Symin's show. The Annette Bening shirt, good. I don't hear a noise.
Hello. I guess I'm on. Yes, am I in? Okay. Hi, I'm coming to you live from my apartment, which is also a set of many of the sketches you'll see tonight. And I just want to quickly plug thesquirrelnyc.com for all your NYC comedy needs. And that's it. Enjoy the show. Welcome to Art Now and Artiste. Yes, I arted. I'm Symin Adive, visual artiste, luxury comedian, and tripod owner. My tripod and phone has shot almost the entirety of the special. What is the special? Well, it's a showcase of mainly visual artists talking about themselves, and also their art, which is an extension of themselves. Now about me. In addition to being a visual artiste, I've been swimming in the dolphin-infested waters of marketing for over a decade. Branding is a big part of being an artist, and I love that. I love capitalism. I love the way it smells. I love just biting into it. I love the way it looks in a basket. Oh, you know what? I was thinking of bread, not capitalism. You can see how I got there. Bread, dough, the cooptization of anything sacred and pure. Anyways, time is money. So let's get to our first artiste. Welcome to my studio. As you know, I come from a long line of male artists who love to paint beautiful women. Some would say in an objectifying way. However, I have taken an online Zoom course on mainstream liberal feminism for men, and it has changed everything. Before, I was painting exclusively sexy women, but now I paint sexy women who are empowered. May I say, interview lady, you are quite stunningly beautiful. Has anyone ever told you? Oh, they have. Well, don't get too big of a head. Oh wait, too late? Oh! Just kidding. Nagging is wrong. And you are very proportionate. I'm going to ask a question. And I want enthusiastic consent. May I paint you? What you mean I only paint naked women? Check your facts, just okay looking lady. Sometimes they have shirts, no bottoms. Or bottoms, no shirts. My piece titled 5 Women Finger Banging, Auga, Auga. They have shoes. Also, since class, I've retitled to Equal Rights Now for sexy, beautiful women, Auga, Auga. Which brings me to my next query. May I paint your vagina? Don't answer yet. Look, I've learned so much. My old vagina paintings were from, yes, male gaze. But my new vagina paintings are from an ally's gaze. Also, I was saying, believe women underneath my breath as I painted. Anyway, lady who is a amorphous blur to me, I have made one more monumental change. Before, my work was throbbing with phallocentric imagery because I put my pene in the corner of all my paintings as a symbol for, how you say, my horniness for naked women. But now, my al dente pene is a symbol, but for solidarity with you women. Women should be free. Women should have choice. Women can make all the money and wear the makeup. Women can ask out the men and make paella for the men. Women can buy new oil paints and make love with men they just met on tarp on back of painting studio. Which brings me to my most importante question. May I paint you sitting on my pene? No! Is that enthusiastic? No? Okay, lady, you are sounding very body negative. Okay, maybe look at your internalized misogyny. Okay? Please, you must leave. Please, I must return to my latest piece. Woman pressing her tapas against glass ceiling. Boy, oy, 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 oy. Boy, oin, oin. That's it. I've lived quite a life. What's a man got left to do when he's seen everything, heard everything, drawn everything? I've done drawn everything I've seen, from Main Street to Maple, from East Greenville to Southeast Greenville, from even the farm down by Fairview. Apple, drawn it. Banana, drawn it. A bowl of fruit. I done drawn it in my sleep the day I was born. Stump, drawn it. Little stump, kinda weird. Drawn it. There's some bitch little plant tipping me off. This here now, wood vagina. Drawing it right now. Me looking in the mirror, thinking, who is this man? Drawn it. Ain't nothing left to draw. Please, God, give me a sign that there's something, anything. Without something to draw, what reason do I gotta live? Lord, give me something. Paul, what if you use your imagination to draw? Now, what in the Sam heck is that? Imagination? Don't sound godly. You know what? I draw you with your head in the dirt, except I wouldn't want your nonsense ideas fertilizing my crops. Buck, get out of here, you no good dummy. Get. I said get. I'm getting. You know what? I could draw Buck with that scarf his mama done mended him just an hour ago. Really? This old man still got light in his lantern.
You could say that artist's brand is country charm and generational abuse. As I've said, luxury comedy is part of my brand. Raw, authentic art is also part of my brand. And you could say berets are also part of my brand. Here's an artist who shares my penchant for berets, and I support that because there's room for all of us, beret enthusiasts.
Les Confessions d'un Artiste. All my life, I have wanted to be an artiste. But my family, they pushed me towards a more practical profession. I chose the best of both worlds. My medium of choice became chalk. I rose through the ranks to become the premier chalk outline artist. I went from crime scene to crime scene. Short, tall, old, perché, I outlined them all. I didn't become the preeminent authority on outlining people's dead bodies with chalk overnight. I trained for this for decades. But chalk outline was a dying art. People deemed it not useful. They said it contaminated evidence. I was the last of my kind. Here lies a mademoiselle, stabbed 50 times, left to die in her studio apartment. No friends, no family, her body discovered weeks later by the exterminator. Her face eaten by little rats. How tragic that instead of outlining this sad dead lady, I would just be placing a small marker. Like this lady, my dreams were dead. But what was next for me? There was beauty in capturing the fall. It was as if they were posing for death himself.
Hey Jackie, what up?
It is Jacqueline. I am discussing my art. That is my cousin Simone. He is from Missouri.
I'm confused. So are you still like a fucking cop or what? Hashtag a cop!
Excusez-moi, I am a premier chat artiste.
Isn't that like less than 0.2% of your job though? Being a cop is fucking bullshit anyway. You should quit.
Maybe this is the time that I should trade in my gun, my badge, and my police-issued chalk and buy my own chalk, create my own poses to outline. But how? Murder? Yes, but how? My cousin Simone?
Have you heard it?
Kill a human life for art? This is insane! Or is it? The world needs art, but not my cousin Simone. But it is wrong. But I have to. No, I couldn't. But I must.
You could do anything.
Button, outline, anything?
Do anything. Not just outline dead bodies.
Live buttons?
Yeah, whatever. Outline yourself. Fill in the outline. Use the chalk and play tic-tac-toe.
But this was all I knew. This was my reality. La fin. Okay, full disclosure. All the artists are going to be me in different costumes and wigs. Because a third of my brand is authenticity, it was 1/3 killing me that I wasn't being straight with you. Speaking of straight, here's a very straight woman artist. Terry was tired of her job, her marriage, the city of dishes overrun, tired of her 40-year-old unemployed live-in son. When Terry had time, of which there was little, she painted a cottage with a porch where she'd whittle. To live in the painting was Terry's wish, instead of dealing with any of this shish kebab, alakazam, biddle-de-diddle-de-doo, bindi masala, abracadabra, and some more gobbledygook, with some suspiciously convenient magic and a bit of a swirl. For the first time in her life, tired Terry done did a twirl. What's this? Fresh air? No honks, no labor, no gloom? A home cleaned by an anthropomorphic broom? I don't know about this Disney shit. Her back unnodded, her soul derotted. She began to notice a woman quite besotted. It was the other figure she painted, not super well, but Sherry was kind and Terry's heart swelled. They skipped, they dipped, they volleyed. For the first time in her life, Terry got her jollies. But the son and the husband needed Terry for their physical and emotional chores. Though she leaped in the bushes, they saw her later erotically sharing s'mores. They chanted, try she did to resist. Terry found herself back in their midst. She never felt so alone. She thought of her cottage, her love, her newly awakened erogenous zone. Fuck this, she said, and out she went. There's cottages not far and life to be spent. This old candle had been lit aflame. Terry would find happiness outside the frame. Happy Pride from Winsor Newton Paints. Winsor Newton Paints. We unequivocally condemn heterosexuality. And from the literal cottage industry, go be gay in a cottage. I lied. She's bi. Cool wig, right? I bought it on Amazon, so I don't feel great about it. Anyways, the next artist is a graphic designer. But this in no way draws from my many years of experience as a graphic designer. I'm Bimmy, and I'm a graphic designer. I'll be discussing some early projects that got me to where I am today. My first notable job was a poster for the #1 roller rink in the tri-state area. Fun! I was so excited. You know, they say graphic designers are just artists who have sold their soul. But here was a chance to make some real art. The client wanted an illustration of the original owner, Professor Disco, skating around with a lighter in one hand and high-fiving a diverse group of roller skaters with the other, with some text that said, "Get lit." I thought to myself, that sounds pretty corny. And also, didn't this guy burn down the roller rink after the passing of racial integration laws? Well, client's always right. So I made it. Actually drew Professor Disco as the one on fire. But still, it didn't go over well. I was pretty bummed. Then one day, I got a call on my landline from a Russian number. The client wanted a trifold brochure for a horse farm and an illustration of a man riding a horse. He was described as bursting with testosterone, down to earth, and with Adonis physique, if Adonis was too busy running a country. I thought to myself, this sounds like Vladimir Putin, but I made it. Turns out, the farm was a place where they fed horses to gay dissenting journalists, and then fed the journalists to different horses. The trifold brochure was an intimidation tool. I was pretty bummed, but then I got an email from a demon named Basil. His boss needed a designer for a new dating app. I thought to myself, this is the line. The high-flying world of graphic design is just too capitalistic, too embedded in oppressive structures, too unclean. What if I could just make things for causes I believe in? But then Basil offered me a lot of money, so I made it. I pushed my no-no thoughts all the way down. Then God reached out because he saw the work I did for Satan. He wanted cards that just said, "My bad," no explanation given. I made it. In exchange, he connected me to the biggest brands on earth. No more bigots, dictators, or demons for me. Only legitimate brands. And that's how I came to work at Facebook. Do I sound conflicted about what I do for a living? Because I'm not. And I definitely do not spend every ding-dong day fantasizing about leaving this whole rat race enchilada behind for a house by the lake in New Zealand, in the outskirts, with a painting studio and a wood and metal shop. That's stupid. I love money and money loves me, so. Here's an artist that went from starvin' to harvin' lots of money. Artists have their niche. Splatter, lines, pictures of quiche. They create it over and over again, punching their ticket to money and fame. But what could be my thing, I wonder? What hasn't been done by an artist, I ponder? Beginning. One day I was punching the air. I looked down, I saw my elbow there. Elbows! It came to me. Elbows! I'll paint elbows, see? Artists have done bodies, faces, buns, but no one has yet to call shotgun on elbows. I do a quick Google search around. Eureka! No elbow artist to be found. So I produce, find a muse to amuse. Neighbors' elbows? Idris elbows? Okay. Broken elbows? Ouch. Elbows. Rise. Gallery shows every week. NFTs, yeah, you know me. MacArthur Grant, untold riches. I did it all with my elbow, bitches. Which is what I call all my unpaid artist assistants who do all the elbows now. Because I'm too famous. The fallout. You've changed. Copious drugs, no penny left to my name. Wondering will I ever feel joy anew? I sit down at my desk and draw a cockatoo. Birds! Yeah, it's been done, but birds! Birds are just fun. Posted it, 35 liked it. Working as a park ranger now so I can draw more birds. The end. Okay, so I was wondering, how do I get some heat on my art? I know my work is good, but nothing was happening. So I gathered a bunch of my doppelgangers from different realities, And I thought, that's gotta help my odds. But then it became this sort of pseudo multiplicity situation where each copy I pulled into my world was a crappier and crappier artist. Like the first one. She was from a googly eye dimension. All she did was take my illustrations and slap googly eyes on them. Her Instagram already has 10 times as many followers as mine. Then I got a visit from me from a steampunk future. She only draws the actors from the show Half and Half. Yeah, so I guess she's from a future where they've moved on from general 90s nostalgia to very specific early aughts UPN Monday Night Lineup based nostalgia. Then there's this underworld doppelganger. They took some gifts of corgis and sold them as NFTs. So now I'm a multi-millionaire of corgis. And then there's the last one. I'm not sure what the difference between us really is, except she's always on her phone and I think she has slightly bigger boobs. And she never posts art. So yeah, she has the most followers out of all of us. Anyways, help me dispose of all the doppelgangers / evidence. I'm not sharing any of the money. Okay, thanks. You know, something about you. I trust. Yes. Yes. I thought I'd give you a peek behind the curtain and show you some of my personal art. I was going through something. This one's pink and features my stuffed monkey and is in no way tied to any trauma whatsoever. Anyway, the title is Float Off Fuck Off. Look! This one's abstract. Abstract art, hide your thoughts with abstract art. What up? I'm God or Andrew. I go by both, alright? Okay, listen. So your mom, your dad, your grocer, you. I made that of billions of people from the dawn of time, you know? I did that, yeah. And overall, I gotta say, I fucked up. I just lucked into this job, you know? I did delegate. Got his canal over there, aka G-Dog. She made all the parts people really like trees, rivers, dinosaurs, you know? But then I went and made all these bum-ass humans. No offense. Also, real talk to the females, extra my dad. Also, I thought it would be really cool if you guys came in different colors. But y'all couldn't handle that neither. So yeah, I fucked up. I made y'all low-key self-absorbed, high-key, dumb as hell. But not your fault. Made you in my image, you know? So again, my bad. But we can all agree, I did really nail elbows, yeah? Alright? Yeah. Okay, well I gotta go. I just got hired to do the species on a even bigger planet, okay? Making big moves. So anyways, good luck to you, good luck with everything. Alright, see you when you're dead. Peace. Now I'm a proud, round-headed American. What I also am is an equally proud Bangladeshi immigrant. What's so great about this country is there's such a rich tapestry of otherness that's now pretty marketable. If you're diverse like me, maybe you'll enjoy this new artist opportunity that's sure to lay your pathway to success. Snow Valley Artist Residency, an 8-week intensive to live and collaborate with other artists in upper New York. For the past several decades, we awarded these grants to other white people, and we were pretty cool with that. But Snow Valley is very recently very much about inclusivity. BIPOC, differently able, are you gay? Because that would be great for us. At Snow Valley, we're looking for new, diverse voices because we hear that's what's in now. If you write the word diaspora anywhere in your application, we will literally cream our pants. We want your unique stories, but not too unique. Ideally something we've heard about so we don't feel ignorant when we talk about it. Do not make us feel bad about ourselves. We are soft, white people. And and we will cut you via strongly worded email. Sharon can gaslight you into oblivion, so don't make us CC her, okay? Anyways, have you been through trauma? Let us explore that. Your pain is now marketable. I mean important. So important. At Snow Valley, all we ask, above all, is you make us look good. Or we will launch a nuke of an email from our drafts folder. Do you have experience making white people comfortable? Because that's the only kind of minority we can honestly handle. Any hint of aggression will be retaliated. Our resident muscle Chasen has what you call long email energy. You don't want to read all that. Trust us. So join us, won't you, at Snow Valley, where your stories are our stories. Let us empower you to empower us. Give us your diverse.
Sounds like great exposure.
Hi, I'm Tinsley Tinselworth, and I actually do all the creepy sketches in horror movies. You know when they find a child's drawings and it's all charcoal smears and demons with long fingers? That's me. Well, I wanted to make something a bit more me, you know, bubbly and not so dark. I wanted to put a smile on a child's face for once. So I made a real children's book. It's about a curious little bunny named Bunsy Bunzelwag who wants to be an artist. The publishers didn't quite get it. Like they asked why there was so much blood. But clearly this is raspberry marmalade. Bunsley loves marmalade. Maybe I'll try my hand at home decor. I could only get a niche and quite dodgy clientele, to be honest. So I thought to myself, Tinsley, you've made so much coin just off the insidiousness alone. Why don't you do something for charity? So I sent about 100 cards and goodies to the local children's hospital/orphanage. The orphans all defenestrated themselves. The doctors said they could handle being chronically ill and being utterly alone, but they didn't want to live in a world where a mind like mine could exist. Well, I guess Mummy will be happy. She always said, Tinsley, don't go chasing waterfalls. Stick to the Babadooks and the drawings of demon rape that you're used to. This one jumped out and boffed. This is the part of the show where I draw a member of the viewing audience while I sing. Art thou an artist? Yes, I know I is. Pardon the grammar, it rhymes like hammer. Remember when you could put a hammer or a toilet bowl in a gallery and it was part of the found object movement? What was that all about? Oh, that's art, 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 baby, that's art. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Art thou an artist? Yes, I know I is. I'll draw your mama and mine my trauma. For art, 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 baby, for art. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Voila, it's me. I'm the lucky audience member. Hi, Symin.
Who could that be? A dangerous woman. She paints with a knife, she howls in the night, she's a lone wolf. She swims with sharks, she hits her marks, she's single and not looking.
Sorry, chorus here? What do you mean
That's
not
weird,
looking? That's weird.
She's in no rush, she doesn't want kids. Dangerous woman. She serves no man, no God, no father.
But she serves a cat? Like, this type of woman always has a cat.
Nope, not even in a hat.
What's her deal? What's her deal?
Blaze with fire, she walks on wire, she lives in a house that she owns.
Her parents are much older sugar daddy pays for it.
Nope, bought it with money she earned. Look, it doesn't take much for a woman to be considered dangerous. She likes how she looks.
Oh, why?
She only gets lost in her books.
Okay.
She never suggests lunch unless she means it.
Hold on. She only says what she means?
She's not here to please. A dangerous woman.
Okay, but she's unhappy.
Relatively content, 8 hours a night, no drugs, no drinks.
What's her weakness?
She's scared of roller rings.
She hates herself, secretly.
Has always loved herself. Dangerously.
I get it. Her life must have been great.
Nailed it. Negativo. With a lot of hate.
And she's closed off, ice clean, impenetrable, super mean.
Friendly. hoping she'll gift you a painting if you're extra nice.
A dog killer? A sea witch? There's just something about her I don't like.
Yep, fuck this bitch.
Fuck you too. I know I've rolled the credits, but I wanted to end my comedy haha fun time special with a slow, desperate, sad song. I hear people like that sort of thing. Now that the show is ending, there's one thing left that needs tending. Venmo, I want you to Venmo me. Venmo. I mean, it'd be pretty cool if you'd Venmo'd me. That's Symin Adive. Thank you. You're welcome. And good night. It'd be pretty cool. Venmo me. That's Symin Adive. Thank you. You're welcome. And good night. Oh. Hello. Sorry, I didn't realize I was here. Okay, thank you for watching, and bye-bye.
Hello and welcome to Gut Reaction Live, courtesy. Yes, I love a good audience. We're live courtesy of the Squirrel Theater in NYC. Before we get started, I just want you to know that you can Venmo the Squirrel NYC. It's at Squirrel NYC. And be sure to write
in the notes gut reaction live on your payment. Thank you in advance. If you like what you see tonight, there's more where that came from. Be sure to visit the Squirrel NYC for more information on classes and shows. Maybe one day you too will be working for Gut Reaction Live. Be careful what you wish for. Okay. So, a little bit about who we are. Gut Reaction is America's longest running talk show, constantly on the brink of collapse. I'm your current host, Marilyn Cemetery, taking over for Bob Random, who finally left his wife and moved to the Caribbean. Bob, I love it. Yes, we love when people make moves on their lives. Bob, we're proud of you, but you didn't tell me how poorly this talk show would be run, so I am a little upset here. 1 second here. I am seeing that True Reaction Live forum that the internet may be going out. So, I don't know. I guess I'll just keep going. Okay. It's just lagging a little, but hey, we're in the 80s. I mean, I don't even know if we should have internet. So, as we were... There's no getting out of it. I mean, we're live, and this episode is truly a doozy. Tonight, we have a scandal that you will not believe. Picture yourself attending a neighborhood barbecue. You aren't an early bird, but you weren't completely late either. You show up 20 minutes to the barbecue, and you find that everyone has a dog on their plate, and nothing remains for you on the grill. Okay. This is pretty scandalous stuff, all right? So the host of the BBQ claims that he made enough dogs for everyone. And he had a strict 1 hot dog per person policy, hence the scandal afoot. It's clear someone has taken 2. Who and why is what we're here to find out at Gut Reaction Live. Let's bring on our first guest. She is perpetually smoking, drinking coffee, and glancing out her front window to see what the neighbors are doing. She's Carmela Revoli. Folks, give it up for Carmela.
Good to have you. Thanks for having me here.
Carmela, I'm so happy you could make it.
I'm so happy to make it too. Thanks for having me. I like your spirit. You're like the new age Ricky Lake.
Oh, that's the highest compliment I could ever receive as a talk show host, say. So, okay, Carmela, we hear that you are our speculator. And before we jump into all the drama, let me just ask you, are you used to the camera? Is this your first on-air appearance? I see you're wearing sunglasses.
I do. It's just like good on my eyes, you know. But I've done a weekly show. I used to do it during Game of Thrones. I would do reviews. So I like the camera. I'm very entertaining.
Yeah, you look good on the camera, so I get it. You should be on air. Okay, so Carmela, we know a little bit about how you are looking out your window and you like to smoke and drink coffee, but tell us a little something more about yourself so the audience can really get who you are.
Oh, well, okay. So I actually have to stop smoking. My doctor's into health and stuff. So I have this right here, and it's very hard it's very hard for me, okay, right now. So I'm a little bit on edge, and I'll just kind of gonna tell it what it is tonight. I don't have any filter. Well, I'm not that I have a filter, but I don't have a filter.
You don't have it anymore. Yeah.
Even less. It's good. It's good, though. I think it's good for you. I think it's good for a person. My sister, Carmela, I have my phone here. I hope she doesn't call tonight, but she's the only person. I moved to Florida to avoid my family, but then they don't stop calling me. So.
Oh, my God. Carmela, it's so funny. You are holding that pen as your substitute because backstage, I actually found a whole thing of pens here. Are these your extras that you use on occasion? There are so many.
You know what? I use those when we do bingo at my house.
Oh, okay. It's all coming together now.
So they were just all backstage sitting there. That's interesting.
That is interesting. I know, but that's not the drama for tonight. So I've got to ask, you've been in the neighborhood for a while?
I have been in it. I came down. I just wanted to have a little retirement from being, just up north. So I came, I'm here. It's good. It's quiet in this neighborhood. I like it.
What's the best piece of neighborhood gossip that we should know?
Well, I look out my window. It's because there's nothing like people, right? People never cease to entertain. So I look outside. I'm not sure what Shed's doing with his time. You know what I'm saying? He's always around and available if you need him for things. Okay, so there's that. Apple vegan. I know she's very upset. She got a little dramatic. Okay, I know she's upset. Apple vegetarian was very upset. But, so that's something I know. She got a little dramatic.
Right.
She had that little breakdown.
And for the audience, you are about to meet Shed and Apple Vegan. This is where the drama ensues. Apple Vegan was the person who did not a hot dog. So just stay tuned for more information on that. Hey, Carmela, what did you bring to the barbecue?
Well, I was making apple martinis for everyone. So I was... Yes, and then regular martinis, 3 olives. So I was making that. So everyone had a little bit to drink. And so
you think
that could have led to something. You know what I mean? Someone just had a little bit too much to drink. Maybe that's why they took the hot dog.
Okay, so did you have a hot dog?
I did have a hot dog. I ate the whole thing, and I folded up my plate, and I put it in the garbage. And I saw that there were 2 other plates in there.
Okay. So, and do you have an idea of who and why? No, you're speculating. You didn't see it, but you can give us an idea, right?
That D, I like her, and I like D because she has a flamingo. She has some interesting decoration in her house. So I'll let her tell it. Okay. So I think thought that was interesting. You see my interesting deck. That's my home shopping network doll over there. Okay.
That's cute.
So I identify. But then also she has parties and doesn't invite me, which you would think wouldn't make me like her, but it actually makes me like her. Because I have parties and don't invite you anyway. So that's why.
What a turnaround. Well, actually, this is a good transition, as they'd say in showbiz. Our next guest brags that she is absolutely the youngest homeowner in the neighborhood, 1000% single, loves to party, has plastic pink flamingos in her yard, and believes in ghosts. Everybody, welcome Dee to Gut Reaction Live. Hey, wonderful to have you here tonight.
It is so lovely to be here with you all. I am 1000% single. 1000% single.
I love that. See, you're giving me European vibes. I'm like, are you from this neighborhood, or did you move from a different state or a different country? Like,
20 different states.
Huh?
20 different states.
Wow, you've been to 20 different states.
From, through, around, you name it. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I just saw a specter.
Oh,
a little ghost, but no, definitely from my
saw
sweater.
A ghost on the live stream.
No, it was from my sweater. I'm so sorry. It was a reflection from my sweater. I thought it was a ghost. You got to watch out for those. You know what I mean?
Would you say that you have some like supernatural powers because you can sense these ghosts and whatnot? Like maybe you can read minds?
No.
Okay.
No. You just got to keep an eye for them. That's all. An eye out for them. So. Yeah. They make for great party guests. I mean, why do you think so many people come to my parties? There's always a ghost.
Carmela, did you have something you were going to say there? I thought I heard you.
Well, it's just the ghost thing, I think maybe it could be used as an excuse. Oh, it was the ghost to not take personal responsibility. Just saying. I'm just saying.
Oh, that's right. So Carmela is sort of guessing that you were the person that ate that hot dog.
Oh God, no. I held my hot dog.
Okay.
I held it, and I saw who took the last hot dog. I absolutely.
Oh yeah, did you? Well,
I did.
Before we get to that, I want to ask what you brought to the barbecue. Actually.
Oh, it was a large corn salad inspired by the famous Chipotle recipe.
Love it.
And a couple of bags of Cheetos.
Oh, love.
Flamin' hot. That way there's a dust and you know who's tried it and you can talk to them about it. It's a real fun conversation starter at my parties.
That's like CSI stuff right there. That's wild.
Had those hot dogs had flaming dust on them, we all would have known.
Oh my, I bet it would have tasted pretty good. That sounds like something like a Brooklyn eatery would have made, actually. Something expensive, you know?
Bespoke.
Yes, very. So, before we go right into the thick of the drama, tell me this. What is the best piece of gossip you've got on this neighborhood?
Okay. This is a great question. Let's say house number 347. Not what it seems.
Something paranormal?
No, it's just not a house. It's just not a house.
Oh, it's just not a house. It's like a townhouse.
It's an empty lot. It's an empty lot.
Oh, okay.
But I will say, because I can't really say who I witnessed taking the dog, because I have some personal attachments per se and involvements with who took it. But I will say their name is reminiscent of a house.
Well, here's the thing. That's pretty clear. Here's the thing.
What is it? If it is, then I should blur out my face and my name because I don't want to be attached to a clear identifier.
I wish,
We'll blur it out. We'll blur it out.
My tech savviness ends there. I mean, I'm lucky I got this thing running. As you could see, my internet, whatever that is, was totally messed up earlier. So I don't know any special effects, Dee, but why don't you just put your hands in front of your face? And I don't think anyone. Okay, so you're the actual eyewitness. Nameless anonymous person that's over here. Oh God.
Okay. If as long as this doesn't get back to me, I'll spell it out, but it can't get back to me because I think they've seen me break the law. It's SHED.
Okay, so D, you just said it there. It's
what?
S.
You don't know my name.
I mean anonymous person. Oh my God, I'm looking for the money over here. Anonymous person. You just said it is spelled SHED, and I think that is a great, again, transition because yes, I think that's a great transition because we are about to bring on our next guest. We have them here tonight, Apple Vegan. Apple Vegan, everybody. Welcome Apple Vegan to the stage. Hello, Apple.
Hi.
I just want to say to the audience, I hope that feedback got better. In case you didn't notice, I got my really cute headphones on. So we'll just see how that goes. There's a lot going on at the studio today. And let me tell you, not the budget to fix it all. So I'm sorry, Apple. You seem a little bored. Okay, Apple, where are you from? Are you from the neighborhood? Where are you from?
No, I'm from Malibu. I'm actually, I grew up in the Malibu Ocean. I'm a mermaid.
Oh, you're a mermaid. And is that a way of life or sort of a genetic?
Well, my mother was a mermaid and my father was a merman, so then I'm a mermaid in that respect.
Okay, well, that's wonderful. I respect that. And I think it's, yes.
Oh, Well, I went the aerial route. We were actually friends in high school. Except I didn't trade my voice because that's stupid. So I'm on land now. I have legs. But I was just telling you about my past. I came from the ocean in Malibu.
Okay. And you and so like let's say you're on Carmela, perhaps your audio echo cancellation, if you could check if that's on. Guys, welcome to Gut Reaction. I mean, we're working with about $5 over here. Thank you. The support of my fans, really, truly. I will say this actually, I do want to know this. Oh, you know what, Carmela? I think it's totally fine now that everything's good. So you just sit back and let's figure this out together. Apple vegan. So if you were to go on ancestry.com, would it, I mean, you know how it goes from country to country. Would it just go into the ocean for the little maps?
You actually, it's funny, I did 23andMe, and it was mostly salt and water in my genes, and then some fish. And some different oceans. There was a little bit of Pacific in there. Pacific, Atlantic. That was surprising.
That is surprising.
Any ghosts? No.
No ghosts in the water, huh?
No, unfortunately not. Surprising.
That would be a lot to put on you, that you would have ghosts in your DNA and mermaid.
That would be, I would have to be in a talk show or something like that.
Well, here you are, sister. So, okay, Apple vegan. Tell us this before we get into the drama. What is one piece of California culture that you know and love?
As you can see, I got it right here. This is actually my aunt. This is my aunt. She started Starbucks. Isn't that amazing?
That is truly, I mean, you've got probably the most interesting life I've ever heard of.
Incredible. And Starbucks, I love it.
Carmela, did you have something to say over there? I see you with your Sharpie.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure she could have had the hot dog because unless it was made of tofu or seaweed, I'm not sure.
Well, that's the thing. It was going to be my first meat.
This was
my first meat. And I went to get one and there wasn't any there. So
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So you couldn't have, I don't think she would have hid it or something, just to be coy. Like she's the one who got rid of it, even though, and then she acted.
No, but the thing is Carmela, Apple is the reason we're here because Apple was heartbroken. Apple didn't get to try her first meat.
I know, but sometimes people fake it and then act like something. So I think that's an impossibility. Okay. I think I'm very cynical, so I think of all the things.
Carmela, you're like you're a conspiracy theorist, and you're perfect.
Carmela, you're invited to my next party.
Okay, well, if you guys knew anything about mermaid culture, we physically can't lie. So, okay.
Wow.
So what would I lie about that?
Apple,
lie about that.
You're brave. That's all I can say. You're brave for what you do. Yes. Oh, I love the audience feedback, honestly. So, okay, Apple, so tell me this. Do you live in the neighborhood?
Me?
Yes, you. How did you get involved with the barbecue? Like, what's going on?
Well, I met a man. He wasn't a prince like, mermaids are supposed to be with. And he was hosting the barbecue and he was the grill master and he eats meats and I really wanted it to work, so I was like, I'll try a meat. And and now
and you walked away meatless. Terrible.
Zero meat.
So bad. I just can't. You are experimenting with fashion over there, I see.
You take what you get.
Wow. Words for life. Well, Apple, I have a quote from you I would love to bring up. Apple, you have said the people in the neighborhood don't know me, but I can feel their jealousy, and that probably is why they stole my hot dog. Like, it's not my fault that I'm hot and from Malibu. Apple, is this true? Do you think they stole your hot dog because they're jealous of you? And do you think you're better than everybody in this neighborhood?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my God. Apple, did you finally get a hold of the hot dog? Was that happening?
No, see, that's what happens when mermaids try to lie, is we throw up our...
Oh.
It's
I did say that. I said all that. And
just like Knives Out.
Just like Knives Out. You guys need to talk to each other because that's a very rare thing happening.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe a support buddy would be good. Okay, well, Apple, I gotta say, here we go. Only one way to find out how Apple had this happen and who took the hot dog is to bring out the one person left. Here's our man with the hot dog stealing plan. Everybody, please, welcome to the stage, Shed.
I resent that. I heard what everyone said. I'm going to try to block the screen from my eyeglasses. I heard what everyone said. I was backstage. D, you said that I took the hot dog?
I didn't. There was an
anonymous.
Yes, you did.
They had an altered
you
voice.
You said that I
and
took the
and
hot
a block.
dog.
They had an altered voice and a blocked face of somebody bearing witness to. They named you. I did.
Okay, look, Shed, it doesn't matter who said what. Shed, it doesn't matter who said what. We got to go into it. Shed, tell us who you are.
Well, I'm Shed. I live in the neighborhood. You know that, Maryland. I live across the street from Carmela, Apple Vegan, and D.
Okay.
I see you, Apple Vegan. I'm very sorry that you didn't get to try any hot dog.
I don't buy it.
So, question. At this barbecue, everyone is designated one hot dog.
Right.
It is at the door.
That was the rule in the email.
At the door,
yes.
It says one hot dog per guest. And you didn't count how many
right.
you had?
So let's get into that, Shed. So, people are angry. So why do you think people are feeling this way
are angry?
about you? Yeah, why do you think people are booing you?
I am angry.
Uh-huh.
I cleared out the BJ's membership club of beans. I got so many cans of beans, various cans of beans for everyone.
Okay, that's what you brought to the barbecue.
Carmela, I cracked one open. I put that. I gave it to Carmela. Carmela, what'd you do with the can of beans when I gave it to you?
I put it on the table, okay, so everyone could take spoonfuls, okay? What do you think I did with it? Whoever sit there and chug a can of beans?
Everyone had their own can of beans, Carmela. You know this.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Carmela is speculating you took the hot dog. D actually witnessed it. And
what?
Apple...
No, I did not.
Well, I'm sorry, Dee. We have to, unfortunately, I've got to reveal names here. Apple Vegan is the one who experienced it. So, Shed, please come forward and tell us why you took the hot dog. Please.
Why did you take my meat?
Well, it's because Apple Vegan... You're so damn cool.
Oh.
You just popped up in the neighborhood, acting all like you were all that, and a can of rare beef.
Tuna.
Like the kind that don't make you fart, or don't make you lie. And I just wish I could be a little bit more like you.
Alive because you're a ghost, Shed?
Excuse me?
Who is to say?
I said,
but I do have.
Am I dead?
I want to say, Shed, don't question your your being. Don't Don't question yourself right now. You're human, okay? I flew you out to Florida for the show, so you're here.
Ghost guy.
I do, Dee, we're going to have to get into all of the ghostly stuff because this is deep.
I'm ready.
I do got to say, I've got a test right here, a hot dog test, and it says that you are 100% the person that took Apple Vegan's hot dog.
I knew it.
What do we do with that? I mean, do you think that you want to apologize to her and before we wrap up the show?
To D or Apple Vegan?
Well, to Apple Vegan, you're the one who stole her meat. She didn't get to try meat.
Well, I'll tell you this, Apple Vegan. There's a grocery store right down the block from the hotel that we're staying in. I'll be glad to take you there and get you a nice pack of Nathans, and like I don't know if we can boil them in the hotel room, but we can put them in the microwave.
Apple Vegan, do you want my hot dog? I haven't eaten it. I'm not gonna have it.
Oh, okay, I'll have it.
Okay, great.
All right. I love that.
I wasn't planning on going to the grocery store anyway.
Yeah, because you're dead.
Wow. Oh, we have so much.
I'm sorry,
going
did you? My dad. What, Marilyn, can you confirm that I'm alive?
It's clear. Hold this rock. Hold this rock, and if it falls, it's because you can't hold it.
I can confirm because we did book you an economy flight to Florida for the taping of this show. So somebody did sit in that seat, and Casper is not going to get through TSA. Let me tell you that.
Rocks on the ground. I don't know what to tell you.
Shed, just real quick. I just want to say, moving forward, what will you do differently now?
Oh, me? Oh, well, if I'm alive, according to D, I guess that well, I'm gonna continue living my life the way I do. If anyone wants any legal or illegal drugs,
Shed, we were hoping for a change of heart, but unfortunately, I have to say, some people will never change. Anyone else have any last comments that they want to say to Shed?
Well, I was going to ask Apple, how's the hot dog?
It was fine. I didn't need it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't need it, and you guys taught me that.
Wow. So you're gonna stay vegan? That's great.
Yeah, I didn't eat my hot dog either. I actually put it in one of the cans of beans, and I put it in back home. I put it on the stove for 24 hours, let it simmer, and then it's still there. So it's been more than 24 hours, but my wife's handling it.
Carmela, do you have any last comment you want to say before I wrap this wonderful Gut Reaction Live episode up?
I'll be watching everyone. Don't worry about it. So, Shed, I'll be watching you. So no more hot dogs on my watch. We will continue to not invite each other to each other's parties.
No, you're in my next party. Remember?
Obviously, you got to come to my party. Bring your ghosts. We like mediums. Okay.
Oh,
you guys have more than one party a year?
You guys have been wonderful. Okay, group, honestly, thank you for your vulnerability tonight. I mean, I think we can all agree that Apple Vegan needs a vegan hot dog, right? That's kind of your thing now. So that's wonderful. I hope someone out there can buy Apple Vegan a vegan hot dog tonight. I hope that. I bet someone has got your little vegan hot dog guardian angel has got your back.
I think so too.
Hey, Apple, what's your favorite hot dog topping before we get out of here?
Tuna.
Oh, that's the mermaid influence, isn't it?
Yeah.
I brought every other condiment except for tuna to the party. I'm sorry, Apple Vegan.
Now you know.
Well, maybe think about, mermaids next time.
And not even someone's hot dog. That's the start from the start.
Wow. It's a mermaid awareness. I think we should really, take the time and maybe everybody walks in a tail for a week to see how it is.
Walk in a tail. Mm-hmm.
Walk a tail.
Because she's a mermaid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Walk a league in my tail.
Walk a mile in my tail. Yes. A league. I get it. You're so
I don't
good.
understand anything. What?
Well, I gotta say, audience, thank you so much for another enchanting experience at Gut Reaction Live. I'm so glad our cameraman didn't run out on us like last time, and really happy to have steered clear of any studio car crashes like episodes prior. No pun intended. Yes.
If anyone wants to invite me to the next party, I have a portable basketball hoop.
Wow, we'll have to keep it in mind. That was awkward. Yes, I will say, the car crash, it was a Prius. Everyone is fine, but, we did break the fourth wall that time, so... Anyway, I had to say it. Anyway, folks, if you like what you saw here tonight, please feel free to Venmo at Squirrel NYC. That is at SQUIRRELNYC, and put Gut Reaction Live in the notes for your donation. We hope to see you all again on Thursday, July 29th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for the next Gut Reaction Live episode. I'll probably have to quit by then, but I am sure you will find someone else to handle this just mess of a show. Thank you, everyone, and don't forget to look at our credits to get our performers' names so you can follow them.
Here's your invite, Carmela.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I've got Ring doorbells all over my house. If anyone tries to get in, get arrested.
You trying to get in. That's what we're
I'm always home.
People, I can't say anything more than you're the most unique individuals I've ever had on Gut Reaction Live. Thank you so much, everyone. Good night.
Thank you. Thank you, Maryland Cemetery.
I'm going to shoot a 3.
Your name also has a...